They do more than just write tickets on campus. We have the story.
And the spring semester is just around the corner. We have two stories on what's going on next year at NSU. I'm Marshall Watson.
And I'm Jillian Corder. Thanks for joining us for our final newscast of the semester. Your NSU News starts now. To serve and protect, a slogan to some, but a way of life to others. Cameron Tillman has the story.
Northwestern police are doing their best to keep students safe, not sorry this fall semester. Patrol Officer John Caliste gives us insight on a day in the life.
We mainly just patrol around, make sure everything's safe and everything's where it's supposed to be, and people that aren't supposed to be here aren't up here.
Car burglaries are one of the major concerns among students at NSU. Officer Caliste shares ways that students may lower the risk of becoming a victim to robbery.
Well, one thing that we try to stress is that people lock up their belongings and hide it in your vehicle. If you're going to have it in your vehicle, make sure that you put it in a trunk or you put it out of sight to where somebody can't see it, because there was even one vehicle that the keys were in the ignition and they had books lying out. She had her purse out, and I just sat and waited for her to come back to make sure nobody ran off with her car.
Traffic citations are among the many job duties Caliste performs throughout the day.
The reason we write traffic citations is mainly for public safety. Like when stop signs or speeding, that's to help, the public learn and know how to drive safely. Well, parking tickets are a hot subject here on campus, but there are several good reasons why we do what we do. Number one is for vehicle identification. What that means is when we see vehicles in a lot, we're trying to make sure that those are people who are supposed to be on campus.
Reporting for NSU News, I'm Cameron Tillman.
Ever wonder if you had a voice on campus? NSU News reporter Sydney Riley lets you know that you do.
Have you ever thought if NSU students have a voice on campus? Well, you do. It's called the Student Government Association. This year's president, Tara Luck, has some pretty big goals she wants to accomplish.
One of the main goals I have this year is campus security. We have been having multiple break-ins in multiple buildings and housing, personal vehicles. So I have been working a lot with Doug Prescott, who's our campus detective. I've been working with Mr. Robert Crew, who is over the campus police. Dr. Webb, of course, Dr. Maggio. I actually just had a meeting today with Bill Brent, who's head of the Creative and Performing Arts building, to see what we can do to try to make Kappa a little bit more secure. So one of our main goals right now is campus security, at least for this semester. Next semester I want to see about what we can do about getting a new student union.
Having already been a key member of SGA, Tara knows how much SGA could do for the students.
I was already involved in SGA. I was the vice president last year, and I saw how much SGA could do for the students, and so I decided to go for it and see if I could, try.
Wanted to become a part of SGA and be more involved with decisions at NSU? It's a very simple process.
Well, one of the easiest ways you can get involved as a student is to come by our office, talk to some of our senators, tell them some of your student problems that you're having. If you're having problems with housing, parking, food, if there's any issue you see on campus, come talk to us. It's our job to help you. Also, another thing we do is we give out free Scantrons. So if anyone wants to come and get free Scantrons before a test, that's one little thing that we definitely, can do for students, and students can benefit from with us.
And this is Ms. Sydney Riley with NSU 22.
The theater department at NSU was all laughs last week. Colin Woodson has the story.
This is Colin Woodson, and I'm standing out front of the A.A. Fredericks Fine Arts Building, the site for all major theater productions here at NSU. Inside, it houses a 1,400-seat auditorium, 2 smaller stages, classrooms, and dance studios where approximately 90 majoring and minoring students all spend countless hours preparing for the 4 to 6 full-stage productions that occur each semester here.
Northwestern State University's Department of Theater and Dance is designated as the Center for Excellence in the Arts and is one of only 150 programs in the United States accredited by the National Association of Schools of Theater.
I kind of found myself at Northwestern after my original college plans fell through, which was Baylor. I just, didn't like the program. So since I had a brother who went here, kind of found myself here going through the audition process and just, fell in love with the program. It's just such a heightened program for such a affordable school.
Students are allowed a more hands-on approach by preparing a big majority of costumes and props used in performances. And although small, most students are satisfied with the department and are able to have more performance opportunities.
Oh, it's really awesome since it's just undergraduates. We don't have nearly the level of competition that we get from bigger universities, which is kind of nice because that means we all get a lot more opportunity to go on stage and actually perform our art as opposed to just study it.
Theater West is one of the 2 smaller stages at A.A. Fredericks where The Importance of Being Earnest, a wacky comedy involving a man living a double life in order to get away from the city, was performed. Its smaller seating allowed for a more personal connection between actors and audience. Overall, performance and audience members were very pleased with the finished product.
I feel like the further into the runs of the show we got, the better it went. There were a couple issues I had towards the beginning, but I think throughout it all, it kind of leveled itself out, and I'm pretty proud of what we did.
Theater students at NSU work very hard to juggle busy rehearsal schedules and classroom homework, so if you missed your chances to see the most recent shows of The Importance of Being Earnest or The Wiz, be sure to get your tickets for the upcoming Christmas Gala. It's sure to be a success. For NSU News, I'm Colin Woodson.
Some of you know what you're doing this spring, but others may not. One teacher on campus not only knows what he is doing, but where he is going. Matthew Fowler has the story.
Right now, students are getting registered for the spring of 2012, but this semester, students will not be able to take Dr. Dean Sinclair's classes.
I'm going to Eldoret, Kenya, which is out in western Kenya, about 200 miles west of the capital of Nairobi. It's out in the Great Rift Valley of Kenya, one of the more beautiful parts of Kenya. And I'll be teaching at a university called Moi University.
He'll be there using the same skills he brought to NSU to help better Africa.
And I'll be teaching geography. I'll be teaching geography classes. I'm not sure what right now. That is to be determined, I think, when I get there. So I'm going, and one of my sons is going with me to go live in Kenya for 6 months, from January through till June, and to teach and also do some research. I'm going to be researching urban processes in western Kenya, and by that I mean urban expansion in this agricultural area, in an attempt to understand how these urban processes are affecting rural Africa.
This opportunity did not just fall in Dr. Sinclair's lap. He laid a lot of groundwork for it.
It's a 2-part grant through the Fulbright program, organized through the Department of State, the United States Department of State. That's who organizes all this. And it's a 2-part, 2-sided grant. Part of it is for teaching, part of it is for research.
For NSU News, I'm Matthew Fowler.
So Jordan, what kind of weather can we expect for that big game this weekend?
Well, this weekend we should be in the 70s, which is great football weather. I have that in mind when we come back from this break.
You and her and all the other cousins would be having tea parties in her playhouse out back. Hi, I rehearsed trying to convey the right emotion, so please don't cause a commotion and mess me up. Thanks.
I spend countless hours moving with grace, so please, be careful with flashing cameras. They can be distracting.
Grace, thy steps retrace, poor wandering one. I spend countless hours trying to perfect my pitch, so please silence your cell phones. I want to be heard.
Please adhere to the rules so we can put on our best performance for you.
Northwestern State University is a friendly, student-oriented university. Become part of a Northwestern family, and you will find a dedicated faculty and staff who work to ensure student success in and out of the classroom. Northwestern has campuses in Natchitoches, Shreveport, Leesville, Fort Polk, and Alexandria, along with online degree programs. More than 75,000 alumni around the U.S. and the world invite you to find yourself at Northwestern State University.
When you come to the end of your educational journey, keep your NSU connection by becoming an active member of the NSU Alumni Association. As a part of the NSU Foundation Incorporated, the Alumni and Student Alumni Association have been working together to aid students through their studies, while enhancing student involvement and instilling a sense of tradition in the university's students and alumni. For more information, visit northwesternalumni.com or stop by the Alumni Center to keep that demon spirit alive.
Hey, this is Jordan White with your NSU weather. As we can see at our Demon Doppler radar, that the storm has passed over and we will not be expecting no more rain. Looking at our current conditions, we can see that the temperature is currently 61 degrees with a humidity level of 68, and winds are coming from the northeast with now 9 miles per hour. Looking at our national satellite radar, we can see that the storm is currently passing over Florida, and that's where we got all our rain from. Looking at our national temperatures, we can see up in Detroit that the temperature is 35. If we go down to Miami, it's nice at 82. And if we go down to New Orleans, it's 66. Regional satellite radar, we are not seeing too much right now. Looking at our regional conditions, we can see up in Little Rock that it's nice and sunny with 54 degrees, and down in New Orleans it's 66 degrees, which is nice and sunny. Looking at our Louisiana temperatures, we can see up in Shreveport that the weather is 58 degrees, and in Baton Rouge 63 degrees, Lake Charles 67 degrees. Tonight we can expect the low of 34 and it'll be cloudy. And tomorrow we can expect a high of 64, and it should be nice and sunny. If we look at our football kickoff temperature, it will be 74, so it'll be nice football weather, so we can come out and look at the game. Looking at our 5-day forecast, Friday we can expect something nice and sunny, and on Saturday, kind of cloudy. And on Sunday and Tuesday, we can expect some rains going back up into the 80s. Thank you. This is Jordan White with your NSU weather.